Alright guys, Kaz here. We are here at Kaz vs. Wild Season 5 and we've got dinner on. Today is the first night that we're going to stay officially. And it is Sunday night, and I've got an MRE here in the fire and I'm warming that up for my dinner. And we've got Fixed by Doc over here. He's working on his dinner over there. And back over here, look, we've got Friendtard. She's over there, so everyone's working on dinner right now. And it's been great at camp so far. Can't really complain. We've learned a lot already. It's been kind of challenging with the weather and my tent. So this is the reason why we practice. We come out here and we practice so we can learn and understand what it takes to be a survivalist. And you never know what's going to go wrong. You never know what challenges you're going to come upon. But as always, just a quick pan around. As you see, we're in the middle of nowhere. Nothing but woods out here. So just us, so it's great. Next year, hope to see you guys out here. Alright guys, so survival camp is starting to shape up a little bit here. We've got our survival table over here that is now complete. And I'll give you a better look at this as I approach it. And as you can see, we got our stuff on here, our survival gear. Just started utilizing it, but it came out really great. A bushcraft survival table. And Ryan's getting some stuff ready for later tonight. He's getting ready to get his meal ready. So he's cutting up some food. And we're working on my meal here. Again, another MRE tonight. And again, looks like it's in the middle of the fire, but actually it's not. So working on that. And we got Mary over here. She's eating the calzone. Survival made, bushcraft made. But not bad, not bad. We had a coffee this morning. We got plenty of tinder for the fire. And things are looking pretty good. But camp's doing well. And having a good time. Come out and join us next year. Survival camp's doing great.
Okay, so this is our campfire. We got our firewalls here. What I did was on the inside here, I did pile up some dirt around the firewall on the inside so that any if later on we pile sticks in here or whatever and they're extended out past the fire hole, whatever, they won't burn down our firewall. So we got basically a dirt barrier between the fireplace and the firewall, where you can see how it's kind of sloped up here. This is all muddy, sandy dirt. And there's kind of a pit here, and this is just what we're about to put on. Now what we have here is a trench that we will put our fire grill, our cook grill across later. And we took big logs here, and we put a layer across in the direction my fingers are, and then we layer across this way and then layer across this way, crisscrossing them back and forth until we pile up a height. The very bottom is the biggest, roundest diameter of log that you can get, and you put that on the bottom, preferably the greenest or wettest log, because that's going to form your base plate. And then on top of that, you put a couple of logs somewhere, one of the levels, because this is just a cooking fire, it doesn't need to burn all night. You take out the two logs in the middle and you stuff all your tinder in there. I got a big pile of dry leaves and some tiny twigs like this inside there. So what we're going to do now, or once we've done that, we just continue building up the log cabin for one more layer. And I'm going to put more log. After I light it up, I will take these big logs here. Well, I'll take some of these little ones first and line it up right here. And then I'll take the big logs, and we will continue to pile up the big logs in a log cabin style. That way, our cabin here will continue to burn for quite a while without us having to tend to it. I'm just going to add a couple more on here just to have it ready to go. So all I got to do now is light that, toss my tinder pile right here in there, and then I'll put these little sticks on here, and the tinder pile will ignite and catch these little sticks on fire, and then the little sticks will burn and catch these two rotten logs here on fire, and then those will eventually burn and catch everything else, and then it'll burn down. So we're lighting a Vaseline cotton ball down in there, and hopefully it'll catch and get everything going. It has been quite a wet experience out here, so it's hard to get fires going lately. It's still a flame. We don't want to smother it though.
You did.
No, it's still going. Cotton ball's going good.
Oh, it is.
Yeah. We're just not going to put anything else on it for now. Let it go. It'll come up. Takes time. You got to nurse it.
Brilliant.
See, now the wood's catching.
There's a big flame up. That's great.
We just don't want to rush it. Everybody wants to rush. They got a flame. Well, let's throw everything on it. That's just, you got to wait it out. Give it a time. Now we can put some more little stuff on there. Right now you're just building a tiny fire. And we can get that tiny fire to build into a bigger fire, a self-sustaining fire, then we can put the rest of the logs on. See, the flame went down, so I got to stop. I wish I could kneel down on both knees, but if I kneel down on my left knee, it'll dislocate. That's not good. Fire, flame, so we can start adding again. Looks like we got a pretty decent fire in there.
I'll say.
But we don't want to smother it too much too fast.
That thing's red as can be in there.
Yeah, it's going to cook like a little oven inside. And that, one of the things doing it this way, especially when you got damp wood, is it'll steam all that water out if you got good tinder to get it started. Now I can't get my hand anywhere near there. That's getting really hot, so I'm just going to dump everything on it.
Yeah, it looks like it's getting real hot, Ryan.
Yeah. So now I want to get my slightly bigger sticks in here. We got a good fire going.
Got a good solid base.
And now we're going to put our bigger ones on. These are our coal makers. When these burn down, we'll have a huge bed of coals, and we can rake those coals into our trench there, and then we'll be able to start baking. And that should be good for now. That's the beauty of the log cabin part. It can suck in oxygen from everywhere. So that's what was fueling. It's going to suck in the cool air from the bottom of the hole and blow the hot air up here, so it's creating a convection current here, sucking the cool air in from this vent over here, from the hole that we dug, because there's a dip in the hole underneath that base layer of log, and you don't put the logs in. See how these logs are gapped? Every layer is gapped like that. You know, the logs don't sit flush up against each other, so every layer has gaps in it, like my fingers here. So that's going to allow the cool air to suck in from the bottom and the hot air to rise, creates a convection, and it's going to drive that fire.
Gotcha. Perfect.
And you can almost see a vortex in that smoke. See how it's spiraling coming up there? It's from that drive.
Yeah, you can see how the smoke is spiraling.
You know, it's creating a vortex or a convectional vortex of heat coming up out of there, making that smoke do that.
Wow.
But everything plays an effect here. The way you dig the hole with a circle, with the trench coming out of it, the way you have your firewalls, the way you lay your sticks, all comes into play to make it all effective. If you wanted this to burn all night long, make your tower, log cabin tower, up as tall as your hip, and then go the third layer down from your hip, pull out the center logs, make your tinder pile there, and light it up, and then put the 2 layers of logs on top. Then it'll burn from the top down, and it'll last all night. And when you get up in the morning, you'll have a big pile of coals there to just start cooking with. But if you make it about as tall, I'm 6'2", so if you make it about as tall as my hip, that'll burn about 6 or 7 hours.
What we have right here is venison bacon burgers. Last year I got 2 deer, and I had some ground venison left over, so I brought it out for camp and to share with everybody. So these are venison bacon burgers. And over here we have some American potatoes that are cooking. And if you can see, I don't know if you can see, but if you look right here, there's bacon inside these potatoes too. So we're finishing the night with bacon and venison and potatoes. And Anthony made some noodles. That's over on the table that we have over there. But again, it's been a fantastic week. And yeah, Fix My Doc made donuts tonight. So it's been a fantastic week, and we're having a great last meal together as a group.
Sweet. Yes, we are.
See you guys next year.